pictures, pictures, just to show them to your bitches, bitches, so you can make them jealous.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Nikki here. So today I have this sexy, sultry, I think it's sexy anyway, sultry makeup look. It's like a date night sort of look, the evening, kind of when you want to look nice for base sort of look. And I've paired it with these waves, wet looking waves, and I've also shown you how to do the hair as well. So if you guys want to see how I achieved this look, then just keep on watching. God, my skin's looking dry AF. I'm just putting some BOBBI BROWN oil on it, just to hydrate it before we get started. Okay, so I'm looking a little bit ratchet because I'm going to be doing my hair as well, so I've literally just put it up in a bun, but I'm actually going to start off with eyes. I feel like recently I've been doing eyes before I've been doing base, and my eyes look so much more nicer for some reason. I don't know why that is. So I'm actually going to start off with eyes. Let's go in with eyebrows. For eyebrows, I'm going to be using the Anastasia brow pomade in the shade dark brown, as per usual. You guys know that I love this product so much. And a MAC 208, and I am just going to kind of fill in my brows how I usually do. I don't want them to be too strong. We're not going to go for the bitch brow today, but I do want them to be so they are full and fluffy looking. Okay, so I'm a little bit annoyed because I've got a few nicks. I don't know if you can see them on my skin. That is because I have been trying out shaving my face, or dermaplaning, which is like the technical word for it. I absolutely love it. I'm going to do a whole tutorial in itself when I've got a week off and I can just let my hair grow, because you guys know what I'm like with hair removal. However, I used a new blade yesterday and it's nicked me a little bit. So I've got marks on my skin. They will go away, but it's just what you get. Well, it's not what you get. I didn't do it properly, and I was using a fresh, sharp blade. Like, it was sharper than what I'm used to. So I've got a few nicks on my skin, so just excuse them. Then I'm just going to be setting these bad boys in place. I'm going to be using the Eyebrow Gel. This one is just a tinted one, and I like it because it's got that darker colour to it, which I prefer. It's going to give me some texture to the brows as well, so I'm just going to pop that through them. Now I'm going to be cleaning up my brows. I do this all the time just because it helps kind of create a sharp line. Also, if you've got hair growth or you're trying to grow your brow hairs, cleaning up your brows at the bottom is really going to help you, because you're not going to be able to see them strands of hair. So I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution Pro HD Camouflage Conceal Palette, and I'm just going to be taking this lighter shade right here that's got a bit more of a yellowy undertone to it, and popping this right underneath my brows, and then just buffing that out using a damp beauty blender. Okay, so because I have primed my eyes, I quickly just need to set them with a little bit of powder. The powder that I'm going to use is the Cover FX Light Translucent Powder. I like to set it with this before I go in with shadow, just so the shadow doesn't kind of cling to it. So I'm just going to quickly press with a light hand the brush on top, and then just buff really lightly to get the powder to set in. For eyes, I'm going to be using the Laura Lee Cat's Pajamas eyeshadow palette. Love this palette. You can get it off Beauty Bay, and I'm actually going to be taking this shade right here, which is called Bomb Diggity, just to start off, because we want a really light transition color. I'm going to take a fluffy brush and then just pop this color into the crease. Now I kind of want to keep the eyes super simple because I am going to be doing a bold lip, which is unlike me, but we're going to be doing a bold lip today. So I'm actually going to be taking MAC's, this is the powder blush in Raizin. This is because I'm going to be popping this through my cheeks, and I kind of want to tie it into my eyes. So I'm going to take Raizin now on the same brush, and I'm going to pop that through the crease and bring it down onto my lid. Now going back into Raizin, I'm going to take a flat brush, and I'm just going to take the Raizin and pack that on to my lids. So once I've got my matte colour all over, I'm going to go back into that Laura Lee Cat's Pajamas palette, and I'm going to take this shade right here, which is called Redonkulous, such a cute name, and I'm just going to pop this just on the centre of the lid, because I don't want everything to look too matte. I want a little bit of a wet look, but just in the centre. Now I'm going to take a black kohl pencil, and this is the Urban Decay 24/7 Perversion liner. I love this liner because it's so soft. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line on my lower lash line, and then I'm going to take this pencil brush by MAC, and this is just a 218, and it's just a small tapered brush, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to smudge it out. So I've got kind of like that smoky effect. I don't want a really strong line, I just want everything to be kind of blown out. So I'm just going to smoke that line out and taper it outwards as well. And then I'm not too concerned that this is looking too fuzzy and like drawn out, because I am going to take a wipe and we're going to wipe it away, so I'm not too concerned about that. What I am going to do is I do want to just set that liner in place, but very close to my lower lash line. So I'm going to take the black in the palette, which is called Oddball. I'm just going to take a little bit of that. It has got a little bit of shimmer in, but I'm not too concerned about that. And I'm just going to set that liner. Now it is as simple as that. I do want to just clean up my edges now so I can see what the overall eyeshadow looks like on my eyes. Okay, so before I finish off eyes, I like to do my base. I want to see how everything's looking. So I'm going to go in with the Pixi Glotion Day Dew. This is just an illuminating, brightening lotion. I'm going to take a couple of pumps of this and pop this all over my face and take it all the way down to my neck and chest area. Okay, so I don't know what it is, but I've been feeling really dry recently. I'm just going to take a little bit of the Bobbi Brown's Extra Face Oil. And I'm honestly just going to take a little bit and massage that into the skin, because I've been feeling so dry. Okay, so because I am feeling a little bit dry, I want extra illumination. I'm going to be using the NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator in Gleam. I'm going to actually just pop this. Let me just squeeze it on at the high points of the face, and then I'm just going to blend that in using my fingers. Now that I have no long nails, I can do that. I just give myself a really nice glow. Okay, now I'm feeling like my skin's looking a little bit healthier. Everything's looking okay. We're going to move on to foundation. For foundation, I want my skin to look flawless. I want it to look airbrushed, like that's what I naturally look like. So I'm going to be mixing the face and body. This is going to help give me the hydration and the dew. I'm going to be mixing that with a little bit of the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation. I picked this up recently because, well, I didn't pick it up recently, I didn't buy it recently. But I had it in my drawer and I was going through it, and I remember how much I love this foundation for a flawless finish. It's very lightweight on the skin. I'm in the shade number 5. So I'm going to be mixing these two bad boys together, and then I'm just going to be beauty blending them over the skin. I'm going to take it down the neck and the chest area, so we are one blank canvas. Okay, so for concealer, I'm actually going to be using a new concealer. This is by EX1. This is called the Delete Fluid Concealer Full Cover. I've swatched it on my hand, and it is full coverage. This is in the shade number 8, which I feel like is the perfect fit for me. So I'm going to take about 2 pumps of this, and then I'm going to use a damp beauty blender. I'm just going to start concealing underneath my eyes. I'm going to take a little bit around my mouth area as well. Okay, so I would say that that colour, I'm not even going to lie, is slightly a little bit too yellow for my liking. Even though I've got I like a yellow brightener, I think it was a bit too light. So I'm going to have to explore that shade range to see if there are any kind of dark colours that I like. But I am going to be taking the EX1 Delete Fluid Concealer Full Cover in the shade number 5, which I do really like. I've been using it as a highlighter on a daily basis. So I'm going to take a little bit of this, pop it in the high points of my face, and then just use that to highlight everything. Okay, now that we all highlighted, I'm looking a little bit flat. I need some dimension back to my face. So I'm going to be using the Revolution Pro HD Camouflage Conceal Palette, and I'm going to be taking a mix of these two darker shades right here, just on a BH Cosmetics number 3 brush. And I'm just going to contour and kind of bronze up my skin, bring it back to life, give me more of that kind of bronzy tan look. And we're doing this bold, I want to go for a bold red lip. You need a lot of bronzer, I've noticed, so I'm just going to kind of really bronze up the skin nicely. Okay, so using like a really soft brush like this, as opposed to, you know, you can get bronzer brushes that are really dense. You can use them. I feel like a softer brush is going to give you a soft application. So the softer the brush, the softer the application, the denser the brush, the harder the application. You're going to be able to get like a really kind of smooth cream product base as a bronzer. They obviously work really well with powders as well, but when working with a cream, I tend to use just really soft brushes to give me kind of like not very streaky or harsh looking contour or bronzer lines. Okay, moving back to eyes now. I do want to just set underneath my eyes because I feel like this concealer creases a little bit on me. So I'm going to go back into my Cover FX powder and then just load up my sponge. I've only got a little bit of powder, so it's not actually a lot of powder on it, and I'm just going to dab this underneath my eyes. Now going back into a little bit of Raizin and my crease brush, I'm just going to take a little bit of this product and just run it through my lower lash line. Then I'm going to be taking a little bit of this NYX Golden Bronze Eyeliner. I want to just pop this in my waterline just to kind of make my eyes glisten. Usually I don't put anything in my waterline, but I feel like I need something, and I don't want anything as harsh as a black in there. Okay, so now it's time for lashes. These are the eyes done. Wanted to keep them really simple, so I'm just going to chuck on a little bit of MAC's Extended Play Mascara. For lashes, I've chosen to go with the BOUCHE lashes. These are in the style Fawn. They're so pretty, but they're not too much. I don't want anything too thick because I've got quite a bold lip, so I don't want anything too extra on the eyes either. I want to keep them a little bit more simple. So I'm just going to chuck these bad boys right on. Okay, so once the lashes are on, I'm going to move on to highlighter. I kind of want like, not a powder, like extreme in your face kind of glow. I want kind of like just a balmy glow. So for that, I'm going to be using the Revolution liquid highlighter in liquid luminous gold. I'm going to take a couple of drops of this, pop it on my cheekbones and the center of my face, and then I'm just going to kind of brush that away using a soft brush just to let it soak into the skin and give me a really nice kind of glow from within. Now moving on to cheeks, I'm going to add like a bronzer, kind of a burnt peppery color bronzer slash blusher. I'm going to be using Raizin again to tie in with the eyes. I'm just going to take this on that BH Cosmetics number 3 brush again, and then just kind of apply to the apples of cheeks and then blend up and out. Okay, so moving on to lips. For that kind of sexy, sultry, glowy makeup, I want to actually pair it with a red lip. I don't usually do red lips often, but I feel like they work for the evening, even in the day. It just depends on your personal style. So I'm going to start off just by lining my lips with MAC's Brick Lip Pencil. I'm going to line the whole lip, and then I'm just going to fill the lip in as well, just to help with the longevity of the red lip. Okay, once it's roughly filled in, I'm going to go in with MAC's Retro Matte Liquid Lip Colour, and this is in the shade Fashion Legacy. Love this red. It's a bright red. I mean, it's not a deep red. You can go for a deep red as well. That would go with the look. This is like a piercing red, brick red. So I'm just going to pop this all over the lip. Okay, so once your red lip is on, I'm just going to spritz with a little bit of Fix Plus. Okay, so once your makeup's done, I'm going to move on to hair. Now for hair, I'm going to go for something that is like wet looking, really, really sexy, kind of like beachy, mermaidy. Kind of want to go for something like that. Now I am just going to be roughly taking my hair, sectioning it into 2, because that's what's going to make it a little bit easier to kind of wave. Okay, so the wavers that I'm going to be using, these ones are the Deep Wavers by Toni & Guy. They get super, super hot. Like, I can feel the heat from here. I actually got these from Argos, and they came in at $34.99, which I think is really good. I know I'm going to get a lot of use out of them. I've never owned wavers before, but I love the effect that they give. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through my hair strand by strand, just pressing this onto the hair, and it's just going to wave it all. I'm going to do this to all of the sections until all of my hair is waved. Okay, so once your hair is a little waved, it's going to look a little crazy. It's going to look something a little like this. It's got some movement to it, which is what I really like. But what I like to do is I like to add like kind of like, I want it to look beachy. I want it to look like you've walked out of the water. Obviously not dripping, but I want it to look wet, which is what I like, as opposed to kind of like dry. So to achieve that, before what I was using, I was just using a shit ton of oil. You know, you get like hair oils, but what they would do is they would like flatten the hair down. So I'm going to be using the Toni & Guy Shine Gloss Serum. I'm going to take quite a bit of this in the palm of my hand, rub it together, and then I'm just going to pop it through all of the hair. I'm going to run it through the whole of the hair until I like how wet it's looking. When I'm doing this, I also like to kind of scrunch the hair a little bit. Then just to finish the look off, I'm going to add a choker because I want to spice this look up a little bit. And that is it, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video on my date night sexy sultry look. Leave me your requests down below as to what you want to see next. If you'd like to see Get Ready With Me, is where I do my hair as well as my makeup. I'm not going to lie, I don't do my hair a lot of the time. A lot of the time it just kind of doesn't even get brushed, goes up in a pony, but I do like a beat face. That is like my life story. But let me know if you do like to see videos like this down below. Give it a thumbs up. Stalk me on my social handles that are here on the screen right now. And I love you guys so very much, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah.
Pictures just to show them to your bitches, so you can make them jealous.